When we got the new model of the BMW police motorcycles, we noticed a problem with the way the emergency lights activated. We pushed the button to activate the emergency lights, and the front lights came on first. You had to push it a second time to activate the rear lights. Of what should happen, and was not as safe as it could be. That it'd be better to have the rear lights activate first, to let any vehicles behind us know that would be stopping the car just ahead, and that they needed to slow down and prepare for the stop. JJ dug into the schematics and worked with his contact BMW to have all the bikes changed to have the rear lights activate first. He did this on his own initiative. Nobody told him to do it. He did it for us, to keep us a little bit safer out there on the road. He did a lot of things like that on his own. He worked with our vendor to get the radars and lidars recertified every year. He organized the traffic officers to do annual calibration checks on the patrol cars. He worked tirelessly to learn and implement new traffic unit on how to use it in the field. He took it upon himself to design printer holders, the radar and lidar holsters, flashlight holders with chargers, and have them fabricated to fit perfectly on the outside of the department's police motorcycles. If he couldn't do it himself, which was rare, he had a guy that could. He had a guy. JJ everything, on or off duty. He was so hardworking, often staying late on his own without being asked or told to do so, to figure something out that made the rest of our jobs a little easier. He created digital versions of department forms, came up with methods of downloading data from our data collectors or total stations, then converting them into a format that was compatible with the different CAD software that we had collected over the years. Then he'd set up cheat sheets so we all could do it when he wasn't around. One weekend night, he stayed late to participate in a DUI task force. He worked all day and was only supposed to hold over for 5 hours. But it was the kind of night where you couldn't get back out on the street fast enough to arrest another drunk driver. They were seemingly everywhere. Patrol was strapped and busy all night. He knew he was needed. He stayed for 7 additional hours, working 22 hours straight. He flexed the extra time off because the time with his family was more important to him than the extra money. And we were only supposed to work a maximum of 15 consecutive hours. And he knew he'd catch some flack from the supervisor, and he did. He was so generous with his time when it came to children. He invited me to speak to high school driver education classes with him on occasion. I was speaking to one of these classes with JJ, and I told the class about often finding a while investigating car pedestrian collisions involving teenage students. I wanted them to know that you eliminate one of your senses if you're crossing the street listening to music with your earbuds in.